I'm glad. I'm actually, it's encouraging, and to see the international community actually paying attention now to what's going on here, because I think it affects the whole world. The narco-terrorists that operate here have operations in Europe, have operations in the US, and I think that we need to solve the problem from the roots, and the root of the problem is here. I think what we're trying to establish in Ecuador is a new security system, and to have secure ports to control borders in a different manner. Our penitentiary system also to have real changes that haven't occurred in the last decade. So I think that right now it's the time to take control. We have to establish the truth. The truth is that there is an armed conflict locally. It's an unconventional militias, heavily armed, very well organized, and with a lot of money. So it's a combination of two things. First, security, to establish security for business, for education, for the population in general, and also on the economic side to give opportunities to young people, which end up in these militias and end up committing crimes and horrendous things. I think that it has to be simultaneous. And at the same time, we cannot continue in this game that these groups, these terrorist groups, are trying to establish. And now they appear that they want to talk about the Geneva Convention, and now they want to talk about human rights, and that they are just victims of the system. One person, the one that was talking in these videos, he's holding hostage. He's holding 40 people hostage. He has killed several people. He has more than 17 crimes that have been committed in the last 5 years. So I think that on the communication side, we need to stick to the truth, and we need to also evaluate what these people have done in the past and how many families they've affected in the past. First, population in the CPLs, in the jails. We have an excess of about 3,000. So the system is not equipped for that many people. First, according to Ecuadorian law and international treaties, expel some of the foreigners that are in our prison system, around 1,500. Then we're going to build 2 new jails, one maximum security and one supermax. Between the 2, we can host more than 3,000 people. That way we have an adequate distribution of people according to the infrastructure. And real segmentation. We cannot have someone that crossed a red light and is in prison next to someone that has raped 5 women or has killed 3 people. So that is also key, to have the right segmentation, to separate people according to their crimes, and also to be far away from the areas where they've committed those crimes. They could commit 100 murders somewhere else, but if he's in Ecuador, he cannot be extradited to any country. So it's a game, it's a mechanism for criminals to stay in a place where they're safe. It's illegal to extradite someone. Even, like I said, even if they committed 100 crimes in the UK or 100 crimes in the US or anywhere, if he's in Ecuador, he cannot be extradited.
And can you win that fight, given everything that's stacked up against you?
I do believe that we could win, and I will never stop fighting until we win. For us, Ecuador has a different reality. It's a multicultural country. It has different problems. Some are similar, some are different. And I think we have a different way of thinking. I think that the way that we need to solve problems here is in the Ecuadorian way, is not in the El Salvador way. And we're very strict against terrorism as well as corruption, but also thinking about growth. Growth in the society, growth in services, growth in the trade, and in the economy. We cannot just focus on one thing, and I think that's something that I would like to differentiate myself with El Salvador. With international cooperation, I mean, we have to talk with Mexico's neighbors and the United States. Also, some groups here are linked with the Albanian mafia, which control the drug trade in Europe, and we need European support. We've received support from the US, but we also need European support. More than 1/3 of our trade is with Europe. Transportation of goods goes mainly to Europe or through Europe as a hub. So I think that European cooperation is key to actually solve this problem.
El nuevo Ecuador.